we are cleaning out the gutter of every old deck list that I had that was kind of just on standby that I wanted to talk about. So this is the final OCG Thursday for this format. Next week we will be in new format, and it will be looking very beautiful and very exciting, actually. I'm excited to see where the OCG goes with this. Now, we're going to be looking at Fire Fist kind of start things off for the first list. So, those of you that don't know, the OCG actually got a brand new Fire Fist called Eagle. It is 2 Beast Warriors to make it. You can only special summon Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Eagles, or Eagle, once per turn. You can only activate the effect of this guy without sending a Fire Fist formation or Fire Fist or Fire Formation cards from your hand or field to the graveyard. So, you get to bypass all of your guys without sending stuff. So Bear can pop. It's beautiful. So you target 1 Fire Formation spell trap card in your graveyard or in your you control or in your graveyard. Return it to your hand, and then send 1 Fire Fist monster from your deck to the graveyard. This was actually really incredible because, what was it, 3.5 Axis always wanted to recur back from the graveyard. So it was very crucial that we actually got that. But the fact that all of our Fire Fist all are able to do their thing without the requirement for sending a Fire Fist formation card is insane. So we're going to dig through this list. This is pretty interesting. So we have 2 copies of Ash Blossom, very standard in the OCG as of this current point in time. We have 2 copies of Fire Fist Bear. So once again, when this card inflicts damage to your opponent, you can set a Fire Formation spell card directly from your deck, or you can send a face-up Fire Formation spell trap card to control the graveyard, target a monster on the field, and destroy it. We get the bypass for that. Yay! Of course, we play 1 copy of Buffalo, target 2 Fire Fist Formation or monsters you control, or face up on your field or in your hand, to the graveyard. So summon this card from your graveyard. So, with that recursion, Mr. Dragon over here, once per turn if you activate a Fire Formation spell trap card, you can set another Fire Formation trap card directly from your deck. So it's actually really good. And you can send 2 face-up Fire Formation spell trap cards to control the graveyard. Target Fire Fist in your graveyard, except for this guy in Special Summon. So you get recursion off of this. Gorilla gets the ability to control spawn traps. Then we got 3 copies of Leopard. So during your main phase, this card was no more Special Summon. You contribute a Fire Fist monster to set a Fire Formation spell trap card directly from your deck. This was the lone fire of the archetype, which is actually really important. Play 1 copy of Raven. This card sends to the graveyard and set a Fire Formation spell card directly from your deck. And then, of course, Fire Formation spell and trap card you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Now, this was the other good one. So this was the one that we actually cared the most about, next to, the guy that could revive it. So, Rooster, special by the effect of a Fire Formation, you get to set a you add a Fire Fist monster from your deck to your hand. You only use this effect of Rooster. And then once per turn, you can send a Fire Formation spell trap card you control the graveyard to set 1 Fire Formation spell trap card from your deck. So you get the ability to take the Tenki and rotate it into a Tensu, which is really good. Spirit, of course, cannot be used for single material except for Beast Warrior. This card is normal. Summon target a level 3 fire monster with 200 or less defense in your graveyard and special summon it. This is what made the 3 axis so good. Like, ugh. Then, of course, 4 axis was, summon Wolfbark Revive. It's pretty dumb, actually. So 2 copies of Wolfbark for revivability. We have 1 copy of the Avatar. Triple copies of Tengu, I mean, you may as well splash it. You have access to it in the deck. Like, no real reason not to. Beast Warrior, by the way. Then we have triple Red Resonator. Normal summon, you can splash summon a level 4 lower monster from your hand. So this is actually an extender, which is pretty cool. Then we have triple copies Called by the Grave. Triple copies of Tenki. 2 copies of Tensu. 1 Foolish Barrel. 1 Monster Reborn. Triple copies of Resonator. Getting that tuner out of the deck is really good, I guess. We have 1 Tenken. 1 copy of Tensen, 1 Judgment, and 1 Warning. The extra deck down here, 2 copies of Saruja Boy, 1 Sunlight Wolf, 1 Daruma Doll, 1 Chimera, 2 Eagle, 1 copy of Tornado, 1 Evil Swarm Nightmare, 1 Karen Gorgon, 2 Tiger King, 1 Cardinal, 1 Abyss Dweller, and 1 copy of the Old Horse Prince. Side deck, we have triple Phantasm, triple Twin Twister, 2 Evenly Matched, triple Impermanence, and triple Red Reboot. Wrapping up this bad boy. Like I said, Fire Fist got some of the coolest support out of the last, literally, Vrain's pack. Like, if this deck would actually be a little bit better, I would be inclined to want to test this a little bit more. Because Fire Fist is an old favorite of mine, but, like, when you have to make a card like this that literally changes the whole archetype to be balanceable in this current format, you can definitely see that this deck has power crept itself over time, which is pretty disappointing to say the least, but you know, it's fine. So the next list we actually have for you is a little bit of love from the OCG. So I actually I love stun. You guys know this. This is that we're gonna have another stun deck on here as well after this. But man, oh man, we just never get the chance to mess around with this deck. So Megalo Masher Turbo with the field spell. Of course, not normal summon or special summon effect monsters. The turn you activate either of this card's effects. Once per turn, if you normal summon or special summon exactly one normal monster, you get to add a Phantasm Spiral from your deck to your hand. And if your opponent activates a card or effects and you control none, you can special summon a fucking level 8 2000 token. Alright, that's what we care about. And then you get cool things like Spiral Battle. If all the monsters you control are normal monster, minimum one, target one card your opponent controls, so destroy it. If Umi's on the field, you can activate this card from your hand, banish this card from your grave, and target one normal monster you control, equip that normal monster with all Phantasm equipped spell cards you control. We don't care about that, but we care about we're able to disrupt our opponent. Now, we also have cool things like Sea Stealth Attack. You can activate this. This card is activated. You can activate one Umi from your hand or graveyard, which is pretty cool. And then while Umi's on the field, you get some sort of effect. So, once per turn, you banish one water monster you control until the end of this turn. Basic spell and trap cards you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Or at the start of the damage ship, if your water monster whose original level is 5 or higher battles opponent's monster, you destroy the opponent's monster. So, literally, everything that you get off of this just turns into advantage, and your whole game plan is to stun your opponent. So, we have triple copies of Inspector Borderman, triple copies of Megalo Masher. We have triple copies of Card Demise, 2 copies of Fossil Deck, getting to our friend is amazing. We have triple copies of Pacifist, triple copies of Duality, and triple copies of Extravagance. Literally, the extra deck for this was all just whatever the heck you wanted to play. 15 bad cards. We have triple copies of Macro. I really wish TCG had 3 of this. Triple Metaverse, triple Spiral Battle, triple copies of Sea Stealth Attack, triple Skill Drain, 2 Solemn Judgment, and triple There Can Only Be One. Like I said, I love the concept of stun. I really wish this deck would take off in the TCG because literally there's so many cool things that you can do with a deck like this. But for some reason, Phantasm Stun just never took off like over here. Now, the version of stun that we're more familiar with is this bad boy. Literally. The stun concept I had was based off of this. This is kind of what I've been messing around with a little bit in my spare time. Just kind of see what's going on. Next ban list, we'll dig it back out, test around with it, see kind of where things are going, a little bit in the format. So, let's dig into this. So we have 2 copies of Banisher, obviously. This being the Floodgate monster is great. Literally, any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. Like, you're going to win games because of that. 2 copies of Fossil Dynam, continue as your opponent can't special summon. Then we have triple copies of Inspector Border, no effects. Good luck playing around that, Salamangreat. We have triple copies of Thunder King, no deck adding. Now, spells, we only play 2 card Demise, because, you know, OCG shenanigans. We have 2 copies of Lance. Honestly, I didn't think Lance would ever be that good in testing, but, like, this card's really good for the defense power it gives. 2 copies of Desires, triple Duality, triple Extravaganza. I never thought there'd be a time where Stun just had fucking 3,000 draw cards, and it's actually really good. Just kind of, well, you know, the rest of the stun cards aren't that great. So we have 1 copy of Anti-Spell, 1 Dark Bribe, 1 Gozen, 1 Imperial Order, 1 Macro, 2 Mirror Force, 2 Mistake, 2 Sword, 2 Wings. These are your general protection cards. We have 2 Judgment, 2 Steve Reich, 2 Warning, and 1 Ending Nightmare. Pending the change, I mean, this is just kind of here, I almost feel. But, I mean, hey, if you need to answer an immediate back row, having this isn't terrible. Only face up, by the way. The extra deck, we have 2 Update Jammer, triple Pattern Rainbow, triple Detonate Delter, 2 copies of Cyber's Wigs Kid, 1 Clock Wizard, triple Cyber Disintegrator, and 1 Sweet Guitar. Literally anything you want to play. We have 1 Fossil Nine inside, 2 Dark Hole, 1 Feather Duster, 2 Dark Bribe, 2 copies of Heavy Storm Duster, 1 Magic Deflector, 2 Storming Mirror Force, 2 There Can Only Be One, 1 Ending Nightmare, and 1 Wiretap. Wrapping up this week's OCG Thursday. So these are just kind of the personal decks I said I had. Remember, guys, Friday is, in fact, the best day of the week. We always have Market Watch on that day. Tuesdays, Fridays, Market Watch. Thursdays are always going to be OCG Thursday. If you guys haven't followed the channel, make sure you turn on the subscribe function. Make sure you bell me. I would love if you guys got notified when we do these videos. And remember, next week is a whole new world with a brand new attitude. All right, guys. Peace out. Take care. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a Truffle Shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out VanCole40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.